This is NDTV. And you're watching Ndtv-Hindu.
This is the late night news on Ndtv-Hindu. I'm Evelyn Matthew. These are the top stories tonight. The Tamil Nadu government tells the Madras High Court that it will decide on Nalini's premature release in 2 weeks. The school education minister promises action after Ndtv-Hindu exposes schools demanding exorbitant fees for kindergarten admission.
We will take all necessary steps and actions which we deem fit to prevent this menace.
Deputy Chief Minister M.K. Stalin revisits a dark chapter of his political career, the Perambur flyover, which is finally ready to be inaugurated.
உள்ளாட்சித்துறை அமைச்சராகவோ துணை முதலமைச்சராக இருக்கிறத நான் கருதல. நானே ஒரு மேயராக இருக்கிற மாதிரி ஒரு சூழ்நிலை எனக்கு ஒரு ஃபீலிங் எனக்கு வந்திருக்கு அவ்வளவுதான்.
2 days before the Prime Minister inaugurates the Secretariat, Traffic Ramaswamy files a petition against occupying the new building. The new common school syllabus is slated to begin from the next academic year, but where are the textbooks? From the fire engine to police vans, the men in khaki clash with their colleagues in uniform on the streets of Puducherry. And Ndtv-Hindu catches up with Chennai's F1 star Karun Chandok's friends and family.
Because I still call him Bubble, so he's not a bubble anymore.
The Tamil Nadu government has told the High Court that it will decide on the premature release of Nalini, a life convict in the Rajiv Gandhi assassination case, in 2 weeks. The government today submitted the Prison Advisory Board's report to the High Court. The case now has been posted for the 29th of March. Nalini had challenged the Tamil Nadu government's refusal to grant her general amnesty on the grounds that her case came under the CBI. The Prison Advisory Board that met in January this year has supposedly given a favorable report. Earlier, Nalini's death sentence was commuted to life. So far, she has spent 19 years behind bars.
To report a decision before the 29th, but the truth of the matter is that the government has asked for some further particulars from the advisory board and the collector, and for any reason or some factors beyond the control of the government, if the decision-making process takes a little longer, I will necessarily have to report to the court on that and seek for some more extra time.
Ndtv-Hindu's expose on the harassment of poor parents by neighborhood kindergarten schools has created an uproar. The State Education Minister Thangam Tennarasa has said his government would not allow such institutions to flourish.
We will take all necessary steps and actions which we deem fit to prevent this menace. As to prevent collection of excess fee, to prevent collection of donations in any form. As to prevent collection of excess fee, to prevent collection of donations in any form.
The words of the Education Minister may have brought some solace for Victor and his 3-year-old son Alan. The reality he and his son were confronted with is extremely tricky. A reality which is made evident by these shocking facts. Wales Kindergarten School extracts from poor parents a one-time non-refundable charge that is equal to the entire annual fee to study in IIT Delhi. Here's something even more shocking. Getting your kids into kindergarten is 10 times more expensive than paying their graduation fees in India's premier Delhi University. So demands like these stem out of the insecurity poor parents like Victor face to secure their child's future. For 3-year-old Alan, this is one disparity he failed to blur, but something he would hope to conquer in the near future. Simon East for Ndtv-Hindu.
And Dr. V. Vasanthi Devi, educationist and former Vice-Chancellor of the Dr. Maniomannam Sundarar University, joined us earlier with her thoughts on the issue.
They are the most flourishing business in India today. I'm happy that the Education Minister has made this statement, but this is not the first time that such an expose has taken place. This is the norm rather than an exception. Every school every private school is demanding exorbitant fees, and it is a policy of allowing a privatization of education and no holds barred growth of these schools with no check, no regulation whatsoever. They have been given a blank check. It is utter commercialization of education, a marketization of education, an abomination of education. This is a travesty of what education is. Now, how can such a demand be made in any country, leave alone in a country like ours, where quality education is yet to reach the majority of children in this country?
So as an educationist, what would you say would be the solution to a problem like this? Should there be a regulatory body that would look at the fee structures and private schools and keep a close watch on their activities?
There must be a very well-functioning regulatory body on all schools, and in fact the recently passed Right to Education Act says that no capitation fee should be levied, and all kinds of penalties for levying capitation fees are also mentioned there. But then it is the responsibility of the state to see that all children get equal quality education. You are asking me about the solution. The solution is the solution that all countries in the world have seen in their historical experience, which is a common school system with neighborhood schools. Schools may be privately managed, but must be funded by the public exchequer. So why is it that there are such schools? There is a huge hype about certain schools that are alone supposed to be providing quality education. So there is this myth that the more expensive a school is, the greater is the quality of that education given by the school. It's an utter myth that should be completely broken.
In other news making the headlines, it was a project that sent top DMK leaders to prison, a project that's been hanging fire for more than 13 years. But what was a dream and then a nightmare for MK Stalin is finally a case of mission accomplished. Our political reporter Shabir Ahmed tells you why the completion of the Perambur flyover has made the Deputy Chief Minister feel like the Mayor of Chennai all over again.
It's a walk down memory lane for the DMK's rising sun. As the Perambur flyover gets its final touches, the Deputy Chief Minister is a relieved man. This project has been on his to-do list from the time he was the Mayor of Chennai in 1996.
இந்த அடிக்கல் நாட்டு விழா நடந்த இடத்துல மீண்டும் தமிழக முதல்வர் கலைஞர் அவர்களே அவர்தான் அடிக்கல் நாட்டி வைத்தார்கள். அவரே வந்து இந்த பாலத்தை திறந்து வைப்பதில் அளவு கடந்த மகிழ்ச்சி அடைகிறேன். இப்போ நான் உள்ளாட்சித்துறை அமைச்சராகவோ துணை முதலமைச்சராக இருக்கிறதா நான் கருதல. நானே ஒரு மேயராக இருக்கிற மாதிரி ஒரு சூழ்நிலை எனக்கு ஒரு ஃபீலிங் எனக்கு வந்திருக்கு அவ்வளவுதான்.
And that's probably because the flyovers fueled quite a political potboiler. When the DMK was voted out of power in 2001, MK Stalin's dream project hit a roadblock. And here was the climax when Amma took over. This dramatic midnight arrest of Karunanidhi and senior DMK leaders over the alleged flyover scam created a flutter in political arena, forcing Ms. Jayalalitha to back down and release the DMK patriarch and union ministers who were part of the NDA government. The revolving door of Tamil Nadu politics has thrown up many turncoats, like this man Karate Tyagarajan, who was the deputy mayor and partly behind the sensational arrest. Back in the Congress and an ally of the DMK, he is now obviously singing a different tune.
When 2001 it came, there may be some problem technical. So Arbangam Commission was formed and to find the irregularities. But ultimately some bridge has to come for the public.
And as always, caught in the political crossfire are the local people for whom traffic snarls became a way of life. But now with the completion of the flyover, they too can at last breathe a sigh of relief. In Chennai, with camera person Arun, Shabir Ahmed for Ndtv-Hindu.
Congress leader and former Deputy Mayor Karate Tyagarajan and R. Radhakrishnan, Deputy Editor with The Hindu, joined us earlier. We discussed the political significance of this project.
No, it's not a symbol of prestige. When I was a councillor from 96 to 2001, I was a member of the Works Committee, which only recommended these bridges. So I was in TMC those days. So we all, when our Deputy Chief Minister Stalin was the mayor, we all recommended this. Then there was some estimation problem. So first we had quoted some 20 crores, then again the estimation went to 30 crores. and the present commissioner was additional commissioner those days. So we all recommended to the bridges to come. When I was in Tamil Mandal Congress with Moopanar. So we wanted the bridges to come.
All right. Today, Stalin said that it was almost like he felt like the mayor, and it was almost like he revisited his dark days of those times. Do you believe Stalin, in a way, has vindicated himself by saying this?
Because he was the one engineer to bring this bridge, his idea. When Chief Minister, Mr. Dr. Kalanga took over 96, when TMC and DMK won with the thumping majority, we all part of TMC. We were the part of the alliance, everything. So when the mayor elections, when Mr. Stalin was a mayor candidate, I was one of the councillors. So he was a part of campaigning us to win for the councillors all. So that time we gave that to the public and Chennai city people that they will bring 10 bridges to release the congestion of the Chennai. And one of those bridges was Perambur bridges.
All right. Radhakrishnan, you've got a smile on your face. Do you believe this has been politically significant? Do you believe this has been a symbol of prestige for MK Stalin?
Yeah, before that I just want to say that public memory is very short, and both Mr. Karate Tyagarajan and I and Saptarishi there would realize what we are talking about. But beyond that, yes, there is really nothing that Stalin has promised and has not delivered. This was one thing which has been hanging fire for 13 years, and naturally, the thing is that you should remember that governments work very slow when it comes to projects. Bridges have never been built in 18 months and 17 months and 12 months. You had a great team there in place when Mr. Stalin took over, and with a kind of childish glee, he used to go at late in the evenings and early in the mornings to inspect how the bridge work was coming on, with Gammon India and L&T doing the job to perfection. And I believe that of the 9 flyovers, he was personally hurt that this flyover stopped, not primarily because of an estimation problem, but because a premier institute located in Chennai messed up its initial rock estimation as to what depths should piling be done. And that was the initial problem with this flyover. And Stalin, I remember, was very personally hurt because I remember that period. We have traveled a long way together. In fact, even before the first bridge inauguration in Koturpuram, both he and I had gone and walked through the flyover. He personally had taken great pride in each of these flyovers, and finally when Perambur could not be built, he took it as a very personal kind of affront that he came back now and has put all his resources to ensure that the bridge comes up at least now.
Still ahead, the new secretariat is embroiled in a controversy already. More in a moment.